Hello. Hi, good to come to you today on a subject I started last week on how to craft your personal brand vision. This is a subject that is very important to me because without a vision, people perish. You may be all over the place, but minimal or no impact is achieved. This video is for you because you would have to have a vision for your life and for yourself. Let me try and give this analogy of myself when I was growing up. When I was young, I used to have issues with my sight, and sometimes when I try to look at objects, and especially I remember billboards from afar, everything gets so blurred out and I could hardly read anything on it. Then I started having migraines and it saddened me, and sometimes it brings me so down that I cannot see. And I used to ask people, can you actually see that? And sometimes they see, and I begin to feel like, oh, so it's me. So where does this come in? Your sight is very, very important to your vision. Your sight, both physically with your eyes and in your mind's eye. How far or what vision you set out for yourself will determine how you see with your eyes and what you see in your mind. So as we are about going through this process of crafting your personal brand vision, I want you to reconsider what you're seeing with your eyes and what you're seeing in your mind's eye, because this will actually influence how far you are able to go. This is a book I recommend to everyone watching me. It's available on Amazon and it has a quote in it that says that begin with an end in mind. Remember just the previous slide, I was talking about what you see with your mind. So when it comes to vision, you have to really consider what is in your mind and not just only what you're seeing physically or with your eye. Moving forward, if you know me, you know how I love to do quotes for you almost every day. So this week, if you're also following me on Facebook or on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, or on YouTube, you will be seeing more of vision quotes. But this particular one I'm using it for this video because it says almost everything that we are going to discuss. According to Simon, he says that define what your brand stands for, its core values and tone of voice, and then communicate consistently in those terms. If you know me, you know how I love consistency. So we are going to learn from here how to define what our brand stands for, which is the vision. We'll go through some values and then how to communicate them. The crafting process, it begins here. Authenticity. Know who you are. Be true to who you are. When people hear of personal branding, quickly what comes to mind is a facade of a persona or something that has been crafted out there to be a perfect person that everybody admires and everybody loves. But this is really not true. Personal branding has to be with you as a person and being true to who you are as a person. It doesn't matter what traits or whatever you think it's inside you, which is not good enough, because it can be enhanced. So don't look down on yourself and don't shrink into yourself thinking that you are not good enough, because whether you like it or not, everybody has a personal brand. Everybody, the world is branding everybody. So be intentional about it. Be true to yourself. You can't wear that masquerade forever. That attire, you must put it off you right now. Try and come out to be who you are, because that fake persona that you are creating, that fake person will eventually crumble. You can't sustain it for your life. One day, your true self will just permeate through the light and everybody will begin to see who you are. So the first step as we are going to go through this process, is to be true to who you are. Answer the question for yourself. Who am I? Secondly, you have to take into account your values. Your values reflect the core of your being. Who are you? It comes down to what is really inside of you. What do you value? Is it your time with family? Is it your belief in God? If those are your values, eventually it is going to cut across everything that you are going to do. Actually, those values will come into light when you have to make any defining decision in your life. So you have to really sit down and assess and write down your values. As you write them down, categorize them and prioritize them. If one of your values, for instance, is for professional accomplishments, where you travel from country to country and you are out there achieving things for yourself, but you know deep down that professional accomplishment is going to take you further away from your family, but you know how you love your time with your family, you would have to consider both of them and find a fine balance, because it will surprise you that at the end of it all, no matter how satisfied you are with those professional accomplishments, if there's no joy, if there's no happiness, because the family bit is away from you, you will not be fulfilled. So as you are going through this process and writing down your values, please prioritize what means more to you, so that at the end of it all, after you have achieved your vision in life, you would be fulfilled in your life. Thirdly, know your passions. What are you passionate about in your life? What brings you so much joy? In fact, when you want to really look at your passions, look at them this way. What do you do even if there was no financial remuneration for it? In fact, you would rather pay for those things because of the joy or happiness it brings you. So know what your passions are and fulfill and pursue them when it comes to your vision, because at the end, those are the things that you love and those are the things that will really bring you fulfillment. Let's move on to the fourth thing you would have to do as you go through this process. Know your traits. When you look at the image on your left, put yourself in the middle as the personality. All the other circles around it are personality traits. I have an article on this subject I am treating with you. I will share it in the comment section. You can follow the link and have time to really read through this article, because I think it is very crucial for everybody who is starting on this journey of personal branding, or who wants to craft a vision for themselves, or perhaps you have gone that way but it's not really working for you and you want to come back to reassess your vision. So all the circles represent a trait. So ask yourself, where am I in this ocean? It's acronymed as ocean. If you look at it, you will see the conscientiousness, you will see the agreeable, you will see the openness and everything. Nowhere what applies to you. For instance, a person who has a conscientious trait tries to pay attention to details. It is just innate. Sometimes too, it's developed out of nature. So your traits come out of 50% either your genetics or 50% out of your nature or your environment. But whichever one that seems to stand out the more, you may have 2 or 3 out of all these personality traits. So you really have to know what your traits are. You may pay more attention to details if you are conscientious, and you will always act dutifully. You are on point with everything. And that is for conscientiousness. If you go through the other personality traits, we don't have so much time for this video. You will know exactly what your traits are and how it is going to help you fashion out your vision. Out of your traits, develop your skill set. Because for whatever vision that you are going to craft, you have to have some skill sets that makes it easy for you to achieve that vision. For instance, if you want to be a coach and your vision is to become an internationally recognized success coach who through writing and speaking influences the lives of women to live their best life, this means that the skill sets you would need to really develop is your writing and your speaking skills. And your skills, these ones can be performed by virtue of your education. So if you would have to be educated to develop that skill set, please get that form of education. If it's through professional training, allow yourself to be trained, and also your life experiences can help you to develop some skill sets that, if for instance you've always been out there because of maybe your nurturing or how you grew up, you are always in the public, you are not a shy person. This is a life experience that gives you a skill of public speaking or public appearance. So you'd have to develop a skill set that will help you to achieve your vision. Also, after you have been able to go through all this process of knowing who you are, identifying your values in life, knowing what you are passionate about, assessing your ideal traits, and then developing the skills that you would need. At this point, you would have to communicate your vision. Learn to articulate your vision to your onlookers, to your audience. Because it's only when people know what you are doing and why you are doing it, and in fact, why you are doing it the way you are doing it, that is the how, that they begin to really support you. So I am using this quote from Richard Branson, one of the people I have really come to admire. He is the big man of Virgin Group, and he says that once we had articulated that vision, lots of businesses struggle with this exercise, and it is an ever-evolving process. We were able to break it down into the common goal the Virgin businesses all rally behind. Isn't this beautiful? He says that it was easier for him to get all the support he needed from his people after he was able to articulate his vision to them. If you also notice here, it says that lots of businesses are struggling with this exercise, and you would have to note that it's an ever-evolving process. It doesn't end. So if today I am saying, for instance, that I want to be an internationally recognized coach who through writing and speaking are pushing women to live their best life, and tomorrow I realize that no, this vision is going to be difficult for me to achieve in my life, or even if after I have achieved it, it's not going to bring me real success, fulfillment. It's okay for me to turn around. It's okay for me to reassess it or to remodel it in a way that will best suit my life. Please don't be so hard on yourself and try to beat yourself all the time because you cannot go on the path you originally set to go. He continues by saying that when you are planning out your first entrepreneurial venture, you may not be able to define your mission or vision perfectly at first, but you can clarify matters quickly by redesigning your offerings according to your values. This simply captures almost everything. It says that if you are not able from the beginning to define your mission or your vision perfectly at first, always clarify matters for yourself. Look at your values in life and clarify what you want to do for yourself. And then at the end of it all, you become fulfilled and you begin to live your best life. So this is it. As you craft it, it can just be a line or two, depending on what you want to do. It can also be a page full, but whatever it is, remember that we are living our best life by achieving our vision for yourself. I thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you again. If you have any comments, you have any questions, you want any clarification, please put it in the comment section and I'll be delighted to help you as much as I can. The article is also going to be shared in the comment section, and remember to look out for vision quotes this week that would encourage you to craft your own vision for yourself. This has been Mary Nays, and it's been your brand success time with me. Until I come your way again next week with where we go after we have our vision. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to live your best life. Thank you.